Comfort never announces itself like a problem. It doesn't crash your life or kick the door in. It whispers. It cushions. It tells you that you've earned a break, that you can slow down now, that nothing bad will happen if you stay exactly where you are for a little longer. And that's why it's so dangerous. Because comfort doesn't feel like self-destruction. It feels like relief. Like finally unclenching your jaw after holding it tight for years. Like exhaling and telling yourself, I'm okay right here. But somewhere deep in your chest, there's a dull ache you can't explain. Not pain, not sadness, just a quiet sense that something in you is going numb. And the scariest part is how easy it is to ignore, because nothing is technically wrong. That's how the addiction starts. Comfort doesn't take over all at once. It works in small trades. You trade discomfort for ease, effort for convenience, growth for stability. And each trade feels reasonable in the moment. Your body relaxes. Your mind goes quiet. No pressure, no risk, no friction. And your nervous system learns a powerful lesson. This is safe. So the next time discomfort shows up, uncertainty, challenge, the stretch of becoming more, you feel a subtle resistance rise. Not fear exactly. More like fatigue. A heaviness that says, why bother? Why push? Why make this harder than it needs to be? And without realizing it, you start organizing your life around staying comfortable. Your schedule, your goals, even your dreams shrink to fit what won't disturb the calm you've built. That's when comfort stops being a choice and starts becoming a dependency. Comfort doesn't kill your ambition. It sedates it. It keeps it breathing just enough so you can still say you want more while never demanding that you move toward it. You still think about the life you could build. You picture it sometimes late at night or early in the morning. But the image feels distant, almost fictional, like something meant for a braver version of you. Because here's the truth most people never face. Discomfort is the price of becoming. And comfort convinces you that the price is too high, even when the cost of staying the same is slowly draining you. You start confusing peace with stagnation, rest with avoidance, stability with safety. And every time you choose the familiar over the challenging, something in you quietly learns to stand down. Not with anger, with resignation. Growth is loud. It asks questions you don't want to answer. It exposes weaknesses. It forces you to confront the gap between who you are and who you keep saying you want to be. Comfort, on the other hand, is quiet. It asks nothing. It doesn't judge you. It lets you blend into routines that require no courage and no risk. That's why comfort feels better in the short term. It lowers your emotional volume. It numbs the internal tension. It gives you a sense of control without demanding change. But over time, that numbness spreads. What once felt like peace starts to feel like emptiness. You're not unhappy, but you're not alive either. You're functioning, not expanding. Surviving, not building. And that's the wall. The moment when you realize comfort didn't protect you from pain. It just delayed it and made it quieter. Walking away from comfort doesn't feel heroic. It feels uncomfortable, awkward, restless. Like something is wrong, even when you know you're doing the right thing. Because comfort has withdrawal symptoms. Irritation, self-doubt, that voice in your head asking why you're making life harder for yourself. Why you can't just be satisfied like everyone else. But here's what changes if you stay with it. You start to feel again. The tension sharpens your focus. The discomfort wakes you up. You remember what it feels like to want something badly enough to move. Not because you hate your life, but because you respect your potential too much to let it fade quietly. That's when discomfort stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like proof that you're alive. There is a peace deeper than comfort. It doesn't come from avoiding difficulty. It comes from knowing you can face it. From trusting yourself to move even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one is watching. This peace isn't soft. It's steady, grounded, earned. It comes from choosing growth over sedation again and again until that choice becomes part of who you are. You don't have to reject comfort completely. You just stop letting it run your life. You stop using it as an escape from becoming who you already know you could be. And one day, you realize something quietly powerful. Comfort was never the reward. It was the distraction. The real reward was the strength you built by stepping into discomfort and staying there long enough to grow. That's when you feel it in your chest. Not excitement, not hype, but clarity. And clarity is addictive in its own way.